We'll go ahead and get rolling today. I'll call the meeting to order, and we'll start with public comment. The board takes public comment on issues and concerns not on the regular agenda at this time. A public comment request form must be submitted to the board liaison prior to the time of this meeting is scheduled to begin. Public input on a regular agenda item will be taken at its appropriate discussion. Citizens should speak from the podium, address all comments to the dais, begin by stating their name and address or single-member district number, and limit their remarks to less than 3 minutes. It looks like we've got some public comment request forms here. For agenda items. Okay, perfect. Okay. So anybody, do we need to ask for any public comment now or wait for the agenda item?
They all associated with the agenda item?
Okay, all right. Well, we'll move into our first item of business, the consent agenda. Consider approving the April 2nd, 2025 meeting minutes, and I will entertain a motion and second to approve those. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're rocking and rolling. Item 3, regular agenda, public hearing and comment. The first item we have is discuss and consider the development of a BMX course at Hot Slough Park, Lake Nasworthy, and an agreement to allow its construction and operation and recommend any related matters.
Quick introduction on this item. So if those of y'all who've been here a while on the board may recall that we looked at, when we renovated the old girls fast pitch softball complex off 29th Street, that we were hoping to have a BMX course there as part of that renovation project. And that land is the Corps of Engineers land, and their current policies are not to allow BMX courses on their property. So we took a step back and tried to look at other places we could accommodate the BMX course. And we thought this might be a good location. That was a few years ago. I guess the time wasn't right, but I think the time is right now. We've visited again with the local biking club, and they visited the site, and then I think it could work. And just a quick note, I think the official name of the park, I wrote it here as Hot Slough Park, but it's Hot Water Slough Park.
Oh.
Because it's the old water inlet for the old power plant that's not there anymore. BMX course. Quick orientation of where it is. It's off Knickerbocker Road, right when you get to the lake. Turn right on Red Bluff Road. You pass the old power plant site, some new houses on the left, and then it's the first park there on the left. It's about 14 acres. It's not developed really at all. It's pretty much just open space. As you can see, there are some trees out there, and there's some roads out there. There is a bathroom, a small bathroom facility. There's some picnic tables and some very old playground equipment. This diagram isn't exact, it's just kind of suggestive of what area that we recommend that could be leased. About 2 acres in that central area, which would be close to the restroom. Definitely have some parking there. And it's kind of off the main road. This is what it looks like on the ground. It is a location where, as you can see, when it gets wet, the mudders go out there. It would, it definitely need to be built up a little bit, so, and some drainage work done to keep water off the site and away from that nearby houses. There's the restrooms. It's small, but and it was closed when we went out there. I'm not sure that Lake Operations is opening it, but I'm sure we could get it going again. Here's some examples of some courses. That one looks more like for tricks, I think, but this is more suggestive of what would be done out there. And even the fence. I think we are going to have to fence it, 1, to designate that area, and 2, to keep others out of there. And I'm thinking just maybe a T-post and pasture fence with some reflective T-posts and painted T-posts, so you don't run into it at night if you're driving out there.
And again, it's just on that 2.15 acres. It's not that whole lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the 2 acres. I was trying to draw it on there just to see, and it worked out to be 2.15, but I think a nice around 2 acres would work.
Is that enough room? Is that enough room, the 2 acres?
There's more room than that.
I mean, can they have more room?
Oh, they could have more room, yeah, they could. They could, go either one of 3 different directions or 3 different directions. At first, we were thinking maybe to put it on the north side, but then you've got the roads. We figured just to keep it to the open area. So yeah, it could be 3 acres, but what the thought starting out would be to go smaller and just keep it smaller. And if it worked out and they wanted to expand, we could renew the lease, amend the lease to include include a large area. The thing is, if they lease 3 acres, they're gonna have to maintain 3 acres. And so I'm not sure exactly with whom the city would have the agreement, but it could be the San Angelo Bicycling Association, SABA, lease about 2 acres of hot water slough park. And it would be minimal development. It'd be dirt work, fencing, access, some gates, and eventually some spectator areas. Hopefully we can get this going by this summer. And the lease should be at least for 3 years. I'm gonna try to go for 5 years and maybe have a possible extension. And of course for BMX activities and events.
This may be a stupid question. BMX, is that just bikes? Is that dirt bikes?
Yeah, I mean, as you see here, it's
Just bikes?
it's not motorcycles.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure.
And when they come up to speak, they know more about it than I do. And of course, there'd be an annual lease payment to the city. I think it would be comparable to some of the other recreational leases that we have, like with the archery group, the boat club, the bass club. And those are roughly $300 to $500 a year. It's not a lot. They would construct the improvements. The city could provide some soils, but I'm not suggesting the city will provide all the soils. And I think that if we do some dirt work out there, drainage work, that's gonna give us some soils to relocate on site to build up. And of course, with the agreement, they'd have to have a certificate of insurance. That's the presentation, and what would like to get is a recommendation from the board, if y'all are in favor of moving forward, but you may want to hear from everybody else.
Okay, perfect. And so remind me on the public comment rules, just kind of start at the first and just invite the first one up and talk.
Yeah, and they can speak, they don't have to speak, but I encourage everybody to sign up because
Good deal.
it gives you the opportunity to speak if you want to.
All right. Well, the first one we have is Connor Rufinoff. Connor here? I'm sorry? Pass? Okay. Number 2, Kevin Diersky. Pass? All right.
I'm Randy. I'll do all the talking.
All right, Randy. Third one on. All right, go ahead, Randy. Thanks for coming today.
Yes, do y'all have any questions that pertain to all this, or?
That was really my biggest question earlier was just, is it dirt bike? Is it bicycle? If it's just bicycle, then
It's
noise
just
isn't
bicycle.
as
So
crazy.
the way we're gonna kind of construct this is for bicycles and mountain bikes and stuff, so, no motorized vehicles out there.
Okay.
And so I already have 3 gentlemen in place already that can design the track for us, so there's no outside sourcing to pay for, like when we did Kirby Park, when we had to pay somebody to design the track, or design the course. So we have 3 local guys who would do it for free, and that's what they do. They do stuff like this and stuff. So then we have the San Angelo Bicycle Association that could help with the legwork of it, as far as like providing the workforce and stuff.
Awesome.
Now, with a course like this, are we able to do anything like have a local
Just-
competition or anything like that, or?
Mike?
We could.
Yeah. Well, he heard me.
Yes, yeah, we could have competitions. We do have one local pro that lives here. We kind of keep under the radar a little bit. He's pretty famous, and he's totally down to help us out. I know you're not really, we call it in the scene and the know of kind of what goes on. So basically Kirby Park, probably about 5-8 years ago, and even kind of still now, is actually really famous. And people don't know. It's been in magazines, it's been in videos, and people don't know that. We have local pros that come down from Austin to actually ride out here. So this local pro is willing to help us even develop this and even put it out there. And he lives here locally now.
Is there going to be age restrictions at the park?
No.
And also considerations about having it open to the public, or
Yeah, this will be a public domain, yeah, so people can publicly just go right out there. The only thing me and Carl talked about was definitely putting like a perimeter around that. So again, I have another guy who is here, and that's what he does. He actually does fencing. So yeah, he can do all the fencing for us and actually design it for us also. So I got designers for the track. I have somebody who can do basically metal work, you know, so, and I got basically the leg work. And then we got this, like I said, we have this National Bike Association that can help with the, basically of the manpower to put it together.
Would this just be day use only?
Yes. It would be nice to have it lit at night, but of course that would come as an expense. I believe me and Carl looked, I think there's only one little guard light out there.
Yeah.
I don't even know, I've been wanting to go at night to see if it works, but it's just one little guard light, and it would be so far away from where we're gonna kind of design the course. Yeah, the guard light's right there by the bathroom on the back side of it and stuff, so. But yeah, as far as putting lighting, I guess we're trying to do this as inexpensive as possible, because the bike club is a nonprofit group, so they don't have jillions of dollars to do this. So we'll have to do some fundraising and some other stuff to pull this off.
Well, and I'm actually in support of it being day use only just because of the residential areas around. I would hate to, you know, create a big light situation
Right.
for those nearby housing areas. Like that could become I think if it's day use only and non-motorized bikes, it's great. I mean, I don't
Right.
see a reason. I just was curious, so thank you.
Yeah, I think the one in 9th Street, that's days, isn't it? Yeah, the one on Austin, Texas, that's only daytime.
Yeah. Right, and between Lamar and,
No, in Austin, Texas?
yes, off of Lamar. Is it Lamar and
Yes,
Ninth?
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I've driven by.
Austin Elementary School.
Yeah, I've driven
and-
by that park. Of course, they
Yeah,
have
they have
lots of
one there.
trees. I mean, you know, if we could get a bunch of trees to grow there,
Yeah, I
it'd
believe
be
the big
great. but-
vision me and Carl kind of had when we went out there was to put the BMX track lower, kind of where the orange spot is, or figure out where we're going to put it. And I know there's a slide out there, and like I guess we call it like a monkey gym. I think we're going to kind of pull that out and kind of hopefully we can refab that so it's just not like just bicycle related, that where families can go out there
Yeah,
also
yeah.
and have other things to do.
Yep, thanks.
And then like what age demographic are y'all trying to target for going out there? Like, or what's kind of, how does that landscape look now in terms of the people who go out there?
I've seen kids on Strider bikes at age 6, 5, real young, going out there and stuff. And of course, I've seen people in their 60s riding this stuff. So yeah, there's no age gap. It's just going to come down to skillability. But when we build it, y'all saw the ones on there originally. It wouldn't be to that scale. It's going to be a lot smaller. So we don't have no broken collarbones or clavicles or anything out there. Yeah. It would be probably like that, maybe like cut down in half as height and stuff. And like I said, down the road, we could actually build it up if need be. It would be just another avenue for other people to go ride.
Carl, I have a question. So if somebody like injures themselves, would it be how it is if someone goes to the park and they're like really considered trespassing and so the liability is on them? Or-
yeah, legally, as long as we don't leave a known hazard unmitigated or unaddressed. If there's something there that could hurt somebody and we don't resolve that, remove it, or mitigate it, then we could be liable. But
Yeah, I
in
was
this
thinking about
case,
putting signage out there, ride at your own risk.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Kathleen could advise us either now or later when we go through the process of the lease. But she'll make sure we're covered.
Go ahead.
So I'm the Saba president. So if they're a member, if they're a member of the bike club, we carry insurance. So that's another, benefit for us. They could get a membership. So that's
Yeah.
another option.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is, I mean, it's consideration of, if they're leasing it, but they let the public use it as well, they're carrying the insurance.
You'd have to be a Saba member to get that insurance. And it's what,
$25 a year.
Yes.
To be a member, Saba member.
But their insurance isn't going to cover the public use, I assume.
No.
So we would review it, as you indicated, should this proceed further, and make sure that all of the legalities are covered in regards to those type of issues. I think that there also might be a difference in terms of whether or not this recreational area is open to the public or when an event is being held. And so I think there might be two different situations where we would need to address that. One, when it's open to the public for recreational purposes, and two, when an event is going on. And by then, when the event is going on, then that might be a different terms of the insurance coverage that we would be looking at. Thank you. But again,
That's correct.
but we would be following up with that further, as you indicated, to review, and our legal office would be reviewing that as well. Thank you.
Of course, the future attorney would ask that question.
Does anybody have any questions or?
How many folks are in the club, bike club?
Right now, we have about 30 members.
Nice. Awesome.
So we're growing it. We're doing a lot of extra activities right now. We had 9 a couple of months ago. We're just, every day we're getting new members.
They'll do like monthly events all over?
Yes, we're doing a bike and bean ride and
Nice.
a Wednesday night ride
Nice.
downtown on the river.
Awesome.
And every week we're getting 2 or 3 new people. So
Good deal. Nice.
if we see somebody on a bike during our ride, we'll, hey. And they turn around and start following us. And they're like, oh, we're going to join the club. We tell them what we offer. And so
Well, good. Awesome.
and I think this would help the bike club also, also get membership and if, it's available.
Awesome.
The insurance alone would be worth that probably. So.
Yeah.
So I guess the situation, me and Carl kind of ran into a while back when he first got a hold of me of actually doing this, was he came to me, I went to the bike club because they had the support, but I guess the mentality wasn't there yet at that point. So now I've got a president that can do this and pull it off. And so I told him I'd be the guy in the background helping him run this while we get everybody else forward to move forward on it. So as Carl said, there was a time and place for everything. And like the last, I guess, year and a half, 2 years been working on it. I just haven't had the support for it, but now I do.
One of their members is the city's finance director, so they're in good hands.
Awesome.
Any questions or?
I'll entertain a motion to recommend to move forward with this, or in a second, or nay, or whatever.
I'll make a motion to recommend it.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Cool. Anything else, Carl?
No, sir.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. Good luck with it all. Always feel free to come back if you guys need anything else from us. Yeah, that's right.
The next step is to take this to city council,
Okay.
I assume just on the consent agenda, and then work with the city attorney's office.
Make sure
On
it's
the
all
agreement.
up to code. Cool, awesome. Well, thanks again, guys. Appreciate
I
y'all.
guess, will you get with me on that when it goes to council?
It'll be later in June,
Okay,
but I'm not sure when yet.
all right, thank you.
Thank
The
y'all.
second meeting in June or the first in July. Unless Maura, you want to take it? No. It'll be a little bit later, because I'm going to be out of pocket.
All right. Well, next item agenda we have is hear and discuss updates on key activities, projects, programs, and events from Parks and Recreation Division. And you guys are welcome to be excused if y'all like, but thanks again for coming. Appreciate y'all. Good luck with it all, and like I said, come back with anything y'all need. Thank y'all. Okay. Mario, Jesse, y'all want to go? Don't matter.
Wait,
Or-
let me
sorry.
give sorry, I got distracted by my phone. I got 3 quick updates. So we took a couple of items to the city council yesterday. I wanted to give you an update on them. The wayfinding, the river wayfinding signage, that bid was awarded to a company, and they authorized a budget amendment to fund that. So that should be moving forward this summer. I don't have images of them, but the signs along the river, directional signs, informational signs, that project will move forward this summer. A big item that was considered yesterday, council approved a resolution to let a group fundraise up to $30 million more if needed for a very ambitious sculpture project that's along the river and into Santa Fe Park with 100+ bronze sculptures. And part of that also, they authorized staff to move forward with working with soliciting proposals from firms to work with to master plan Santa Fe Park and parts of the river where the sculptures will be. So that's a big thing. I've been waiting for that for years. And I do have an update on the Concho Mill Station.
All right, here we go.
So
That's what I like
for
to
a
hear.
while, it died. We were waiting on the government to give us the green light. We got the green light. We moved forward quickly. The artifacts that had been removed previously, we are in possession of all of them. We're working with an archaeologist, and we've already visited the site. He's going to come back. We're going to do first. We got to clean out some brush and all. They're going to do the first level survey of the site, and then go into phase 2, which will be the actual outline where things are and working where a trail could go. So it's finally moving forward.
That's a good deal. That's a good update. Thank you, Carl.
All right, update from Parks. As y'all see, we were blessed with some beautiful rain this week, which means the grass is growing and our mowers are going. So don't be surprised if you see some shaggy grass out there for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, he's out there. But we're also authorizing overtime for our staff right now, since we are short-staffed. We're 9 positions down right now, including the parks manager position, which I previously held. I have been promoted to park senior manager as of last month, so.
Announce that? Oh, sorry. I missed that. Yes.
Roger's old position, right?
Yes, Roger's
Okay.
old position.
Congratulations.
Which means my position is open.
Awesome.
Thank you. And my position is now open, and we will start the interview process next week and hopefully make a decision soon and get me a little bit of help, so. But other than that, we're still working at the Texas Bank Sports Complex on the storage building. They have poured the foundation and are erecting the building structure now, and it's come a long way. It looks really good. Marcus and his staff have really been working hard on that. We're also have finally finalized the contract with the shade structure that's going to be constructed out there. We will be doing the foundation, and the third party company will come in and do the shade structure itself. So that'll be the next project we work on after the storage building. In between then, we've got several work orders that we've been behind on and are trying to get caught up on. Our horticulture group, I don't know if you guys had seen out here, but we got some self-watering planters that we put around City Hall that look really good. If y'all get a chance, stop by and look at those. They worked really hard on positioning and getting those filled and all that good stuff. So it's really spruced up the area. We finally got a bid back on the Civic League entryway sign, so we're hoping to move forward with that soon. Other than that, it's business as usual.
I had one other thing I was gonna ask. Not years ago, months ago, we sat down, we did that survey, not survey, the study on, the park over there off Knickerbocker Road, where that subdivision is, College Hills, that a ways.
The Valley View?
Yeah, that a ways, yeah. Anything, updates on that?
Well, the only update on it is that the reason why we pushed that forward to kind of conceptualize it is that the developer wanted to see if some of that property could be used for a water detention area.
Oh, gotcha.
And we said, sure, we got to make sure we can fit a park in here along with that. We don't have the money for the park, but the developer is building the detention area so they can do their home development.
Okay.
It's not just for them, though. That detention area is supposed to be a regional detention area to kind of help fix some problems that already existed, but also serve the new developed area. So that's the update on it.
Squirrel, sorry, I just thought of that the other day.
Y'all have any other questions for me? I'm sorry. Good?
Did Roger pass on his knowledge of the robot mowers over there? All those still working?
Jason has all the knowledge, and he's actually in the crowd, so.
Perfect. As long as that didn't go to the wayside.
All right, so ready for some recreation updates?
Yeah.
Yes, so we just wrapped up flag football registration for our summer 5-on-5 league. Last year we had 47 teams. Right now we're at 60 teams and a few more coming in. So Sean Fields, he's been leading the way on getting that going. So coaches meeting is today on that. With that, it's fall is our 8-on-8 league, summer's our 5-on-5, and the games are on Thursdays. Summer track, we experimented with having the deadline be the same as football, because last year we ran into the issue of trying to get jerseys by the first meet, and it just wasn't working by having registration end the same time as when practices start. And then right now we're about 10 shy of what we had last year for summer track, with registration cut off 3 weeks sooner. So we're allowing some late registrations to come in, and so we're going to have over 120 track athletes participate this year for summer track. Unidad Park, the splash pad is just about ready, so all the features are working on it. We got chemicals going on it now, so I'm just seeing if it just for 24 hours that the chemicals stay good before we make any announcements on opening it up to the public. Municipal pool, we've been cleaning, getting it ready to go. The weather we've had lately hasn't helped, but today we did have Landmark Aquatics come out to fix our chem controllers out there. Those have been out for months, and they were able to schedule to come out. So we've been manually putting in chemicals in the pool. These chem controllers will be able to auto feed, so throughout the night, if chemicals are off, are able to feed and take care of that end of it. We have 21 lifeguards going through the onboarding process right now, 8 of them completed, and then, or 9 of them completed, 8 of those are certified guards from last year, with their certification still good for this year coming on. We've been onboarding some day camp counselors as well. Yesterday we got approval for our standard of care, which we have to do every year. Summer day camp will start that last week of May this year and go for 10 weeks. And we were able to get a deal with the ISD where they are able to bus us for field trips as we see fit. We're also going to be using that opportunity we're not going to, normally the kids will go to our Santa Fe location on Wednesdays so that they can swim. This year, the way we're doing is every day they'll go to Southside Rec and then but be able to be bussed over to the pool on Wednesday, and we'll also have that as our field trip day. So they'll swim and do a field trip on weeks that we're able to get that going. Reason being is when it comes to our senior programming on the nutrition side, it's open to the public, so we just don't know who's around in terms of background and what type of person. So we're just eliminating that issue altogether. So when the kids do go over to the pool on Wednesday, they'll go to Santa Fe afterwards, but it'll be after Santa Fe Crossing's done for lunch, and we'll be closed for the remainder of the day while the kids are there. And then on the nutrition side, we're at that growing season now. In the winter, the numbers are lower during the week, around that 70, 80 mark, and now we're back over to 100 meals, you know, in terms of people showing up like per day for meals. So that's kicking back up. So if y'all have any seniors who want to be part of our nutrition programs that y'all know of, let them know about us, and we'll be ramping that back up.
How does that work? Any senior can go there and get like a meal?
Yes, and you sign up for our nutrition program, which you need to do a 15-minute nutrition consultation to be a part of, and then you just have to do that once a year. And then your meals it's a $3 donation. So if you don't have the $3, you still get your meal. And then we do have some seniors that donate more to help cover those who don't, from where they're just huge advocates of the community and they want to make sure that the program stays around. One of the things that we're going to be battling with the remainder of this year and going into next year is we're not going to get as much funding. And they said each year that they've let the nutrition programs know that at some point we'll go back to pre-COVID funding. So after COVID happened, they had just a lot more funding to go out towards programs like that. So what we're going to need to come together on is either more money coming budget time to go towards the program, or more fundraising options to be able to do outreach to get those going. And I really think on the fundraising side, we'll be able to do quite a bit on that, considering the cause it's for. You know, it's not for a generic like rec activity or something. It's for feeding people and seniors, which is a need. So I really think the community will rally around that, as long as they have the knowledge that that's what we're raising money for.
Great need for the San Angelo Parks Foundation, perhaps.
And then that's all I have on the rec side.
I didn't ask her to give an update, if she can give an update on the splash pad at Kirby Park,
An update?
if you could.
Yeah. So right now we are waiting for one permit to get approved. As soon as that gets approved, our general contractor will come down and start. We had some of our subcontractors start out there, excavating some of the sidewalks. We're going to have to do some plumbing under there. The plumber will go out. We have an electrician. They'll have to go out and do some work. And then we have a masonry who will redo the brick out there. All the equipment's here. Everything's here. We're just honestly waiting on the permit. So.
Is that a city permit?
So,
Just curious.
that's okay.
Any screws that can be twisted there? I'm just kidding.
If anybody's listening.
Apparently there's 50 people on YouTube watching right now, so. Cool.
I did want to mention, it's been at least 6 years longer that we've been able to get SASD buses for the summer camps. And Jesse was able to get it this year, so I saw that as a minor miracle.
Good connection, I like that.
Kudos to Jesse.
Can I give a quick update
Yes,
on
sir.
San Angelo Gives? Our San Angelo Parks Foundation, which we set a goal to have a San Angelo Gives presence and profile set up. I think we raised $450 yesterday. Not too bad, too shabby. Goal was 10,000 or $1 million, whatever. But we fell a little bit short of it, but next year. But we had a handful of folks reach out. Y'all met with the gal Friday. How did that go?
Which one?
The gal that reached out, or is that?
Yeah, for the shade.
Oh, I was going to mention that as a future agenda.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Nice. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we met with, it was a mother's group, I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
They came forward and said they wanted to raise money for, sorry. The mother's group that came forward, we wanted to raise money for a shade structure, and they wanted to start off small. I think some of them are close to Webster Tot Lot, which is off Webster and near Webster and Garfield. It's a less than an acre little park. And we met with them, and we're happy about that, but that playground is kind of at the end of its life. And I said, ideally, it'd be nice to replace the playground and then put a shade structure on it. And they said, how much would that cost? And so I threw out about $75,000 for the playground and the shade structure, and they said, let's do it.
Cool.
So,
Maybe our first guinea pig.
They what?
That may be our first go.
That may be, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Awesome.
So, they
Our first
agreed to
year
come
work.
at the next meeting to talk about it, and we'll see if that's a project that can move forward.
Yeah.
Is that like, yeah, Mom, is that like a hardcover shade
No, it's like
structure
a-
or the shade
Like ones
sails?
ASU has, like we have at Meadow Creek, that we have at the sports complex, it's metal post and kind of vinyl canvas-like coverings.
Okay, so like this, almost like the shade sails, but solid, rectangular. Not
Yeah, in this case, it'd
triangular.
probably be 4 posts in a rectangle.
Yeah,
So like
Well,
a
actually,
unit
like a
ad.
splash pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a splash pad.
okay. Okay.
Oh, speaking of that, I was gonna say, got to sit down with Carl the other day about just park stuff, and may try and coordinate a park day for everybody on the board to go and like hop in a van and go check out all the parks. There's a lot of parks I haven't been to, Producers Park or anything like that, so we may try and coordinate something like that for the board. Be fun.
Be good marketing
Get some ice cream.
for the
Maybe.
city.
That'd be cool.
What?
Soon.
You guys got to realize I can't hear everything.
So, TBD.
We're going on a
Maybe we can get
trip.
another bus.
Yeah, field trip, yeah.
We're going on a field trip.
Field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Field trip.
Yeah,
Yes,
I heard that.
yeah.
it'll be fun. We'll get ice cream, cake, maybe something like that. It'll be fun.
So that's it, sir.
All right, well, cool. Consider future agenda items, anything?
That
I have one.
item
Touched on it all?
about the mother's group.
Okay.
I would like to discuss something along the lines of the possibility of adopt a park or adopt a trail or stuff like that. You know, like adopt a highway.
We have that.
Oh, we do?
Uh-huh.
Well, then pushing it more.
Okay,
I just, we talk about how, the city's understaffed, rightfully so. It's hard to ask stuff. I just see areas that, I want to harp on, like, hey, can we get this picked up? But there's just so much to manage, and I think that if we can start getting community involved more, because if we're going to be real, it's the community who's making it dirty. So if we can kind of do something, the really big one that comes to mind is the Red Arroyo Trail. Along that river, it gets just so full of garbage. And there's trash cans out there and stuff like that, but if
I think some of that.
come along the lines of pushing more for,
Would that be something that Keeps an Angelo Beautiful could also come in and coordinate?
Yes. We do have an adopt a spot program, and we can talk about it at the next meeting.
Yeah. Red Arroyo, I think, gets a lot from, like that, from the commercial area.
Oh,
too.
for
Like,
sure.
flows down, and then it just gets trapped.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yep, I agree.
How many, Mario, you said y'all were down positions. How many folks y'all got working over there doing maintenance and all?
When we're fully staffed, we've got 54.
54, yeah.
So we're down 8 full-time positions and 1 seasonal position, and the parks manager, so.
I can't remember the official name of the park that's between Pecan Creek Pavilion and the Boy Scout, Girl Scout area.
It doesn't really have a name.
At one time, we had talked about, I guess there was an approval maybe for a gate at some point, to where you could utilize the parking at Pecan Creek to utilize those trails. And I'm just curious what we need to do to maybe move that forward, getting the gate actually installed.
We can add it to the agenda to talk about it. It is on the capital improvement plan, and at this point, it's really just a matter of getting the money to do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you mentioned that a mother's group, came about that shade structure, I mean, I use that, our homeschool co-op uses that trail pretty often. And so, every time we're there, we're like, oh, it would be so nice if we had more parking. And
Put it on there.
anyway, so That our organization may, I mean, we're not like a official, we're just a group, but that might be another way of raising funds, going to the foundation.
Is there a Mothers of Homeschoolers Association?
I mean, there's a Facebook group of,
That's as official as it gets.
yeah.
All right. Well, cool. We'll add it.
I can add that too.
Awesome.
I think there is for older, like, I know there's like an athletic group that starts probably like 5th grade or so. I mean, there's multiple groups, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So any other discussion? Anything else? All right. Well, with that, I'll have to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Yes, and I think that for the record, if we wanted to ensure that there was no other public comment, and then, yes, the motion to adjourn in a second.
Oh, okay, perfect. So, any other public comment? None that I see, and now I will entertain a motion to adjourn in a second.
I'll make a motion.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Let the record show we did everything we needed to do.